Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi here. Weather in 5 days and 5 minutes, as we've been watching thunderstorms and some of them quite strong blowing up right over the New York City area, and they extend as far north as west central New England and as far south as southeastern Pennsylvania down into Delaware. And this is all due to the daytime heating that's been going on, and it has been extensive. Now, these storms have already cooled down temperatures that had reached over 90 in some places for the fifth day in a row. But what's been more impressive to me is the fact that the dew points have been ridiculously high today. We saw the dew points move up into the 70s. So the atmosphere is really was juiced up in a big way for some thunderstorm development. And we're seeing the results of that now on the radar. This is tornadohq.com's radar. The shot here is from 4:15 Eastern Time. I'm just going to give it a quick refresh. And you can see the plots of severe thunderstorm warnings that are up, along with flash flood warnings that are up for New York City and the surrounding counties. This area has been just literally crawling to the east. It moved out of northeastern Pennsylvania and across the northern half of New Jersey. And you can see you go a little bit further to the south. You get south of 195. There's some moderate to the occasional heavy downpour, but the storms are to the east of this area, right along the New Jersey coast, and then running northward right through New York City, and even further north into the Hudson Valley and on up into western Connecticut. It's hard to say whether these storms are going to hold together. Most times this time of year, with the wind off the ocean, they do tend to weaken. We have more of a southwest wind today versus a south wind that we had yesterday, so that might cause them to hold up just a bit, especially as they move into at least Nassau County on Long Island, and then they'll probably weaken as they go east. Meanwhile, notice we have a big cluster of heavy downpours and thunderstorms in southeastern Pennsylvania, between with Lancaster looks like the western edge of this. There's an isolated cell south of York and east of Hanover. Other cells down around Baltimore, just northeast of Washington, D.C. All of this, again, crawling to the east. And further north, the cells have already passed peak intensity to an extent. We've seen this area still producing some heavy rains, but it has weakened a bit from what it was earlier. But some big cells on up into western Massachusetts and upstate New York, up toward Albany and those surrounding areas there. So a busy evening here with regards to severe weather. There probably will be additional warnings that will be going up with these cells here that are right along the New Jersey coast and up into the lower Hudson Valley and coming out of northeastern New Jersey. So we'll be paying attention to that. So we'll make sure you have access to weather.gov, so you can go to the New York City Upton office or the Mount Holly office in order to get the latest information there. The Storm Prediction Center, better late than never, they went to a marginal risk of severe weather around 1 o'clock this afternoon. And earlier this morning, it was just a case of having us in an area of general thunderstorms. I don't think they increased it any higher. It still remains at a marginal risk. And obviously, it has played out according to plan. So let's just very quickly run through what to expect here. You'll notice that the 7-day rainfall amounts, which include, actually they don't really include the thunderstorms that are going on now. This is from 8 o'clock tonight to 8 o'clock next Tuesday night. And we're showing about 3/4 of an inch to 1.25 inches of rain, with bigger, heavier rains south and west in southern Pennsylvania, down into Virginia, eastern North Carolina, back into the Ohio Valley, and then south and west into the Tennessee Valley, northern Mississippi, northern Alabama. This is all going to be due to this weather system that's going to be coming eastward for Thursday night and for Friday. Now, first things first, want to look at Thursday morning, because we do have this solar eclipse that is going to happen at sunrise. And I just want to take a look at the NAM. This is a reflection of the low clouds in the atmosphere, and it'll be important because a low overcast is not what you want to see when you're waiting for a sunrise, particularly in an instance like this where we're waiting for a sunrise that is going to have an annular eclipse, not an annual eclipse, by the way, not an annular eclipse, which means that the sun will not be completely covered. And just looking at this from the NAM3, it is not looking particularly good here for Thursday morning. It has changed from run to run. It was showing it actually to be dry, but now it looks like there's going to be at least some low cloudiness around. This is at 5 a.m. and at 6 a.m. Notice to the north and east, skies, no low clouds. So perhaps if it's not a complete overcast, if the northeastern sky is mostly clear, or at least partially clear, we might get a pretty solid view of this annular eclipse. And Joe Rayo will be talking about that tonight on the Joe and Joe Weather Show, which is going to have a late start tonight. We're going to be on at 9:30 Eastern Time. So tune in for that with all the latest information on the eclipse. We'll take you through the rest of what to expect for the rest of the week and for the weekend. Weather in 5 brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware at 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, 631-756-1125 for the best prices in town and on Long Island. OmniTrueValue.com is the website. And Wholesale Holiday Lighting by Giannini, your complete holiday lighting specialist, meeting all your decorating needs, whether you want your home decorated for the holidays or you might want to do this as a side business. Give them a call at 631-957-5106. They're at 162 Ocean Avenue in Lindenhurst, New York, also on Long Island. And like Omni, it's a local business, and you want to support your local businesses. So keeping an eye on the radar, of course, as we go through the evening hours. There'll be updates on my weather platform on Patreon. That's patreon.com/meteorologist Joe Cioffi. Have a great evening, everybody.